So we'll be dealing basically in order to go to the UI5. The basic prerequisites is HTML, XML, JavaScript, JSON. These are the things required. Okay. So we have 6 hours of duration for this. Okay. We have introduction to basic terminology, UI5. Okay. This is a transactional apps, analytical apps, fact sheet as business. This comes under a little bit of Fiori admin. Okay. So I will take this one a little bit last. Okay. We need a cloud connector. Okay, why? Because we will be developing the applications in Business Application Studio and we'll be deploying the applications to the on-premise system. Okay, so the technical training department will share you the cloud, the server details. Okay, we'll be using a trial version of Business Application Studio that comes under the BTP. Okay, that is Business Technology Platform. Okay, so we'll be covering about OData, how to create a service and how to consume that service in UF applications. We have CDS views, how to create CDS views. Here we will be creating CDS views using Eclipse. Okay, and we will deploy the CDS views as well. Okay, and we will consume those in the Fiori elements. Okay, so and this is a UI5 development. Like we'll be covering routing concepts, that is navigation from one page to another page or view. Okay, so we have formatters. Okay, that is nothing but reusable components. Okay, the things which are there in the we'll be dealing. What are the things that are there in the UI5? Okay, components, manifest.json. Okay, various controls. Okay, how to extend the standard Fiori apps. Okay, debugging the applications. Okay, wrap cap they are saying here, but here what is the idea of wrap and what is the idea of cap? Okay, that overview will not go in depth. Okay, so this is to know how to build empty applications. Okay, but wrap for this one we don't require for empty. Cap will come empty applications. Okay, but we using wrap services and OData services. Okay, we can create Fiori elements. Okay, so we'll be dealing how to create multi-target applications such that we can deploy the application in on-premise system as well as in the cloud. Okay, so debugging of Fiori application, understanding of the payloads related to the OData services. Okay, so launchpad customization, catalogs, creation of catalogs, styles, spaces, pages. Okay, so these two things are the first one. Okay, so the types of Fiori apps that will be covered a little bit last, not now. Okay, we need to see how to use this one BTP. Okay, business how to get familiar with BTP, how to use Business Application Studio from the BTP, because Business Application Studio is a service that can be used to develop UI5 applications or Fiori elements. Okay, VS Code currently most of the things, 90% will be handling Business Application Studio. VS Code, if the ZaranTech, okay, can give the VS Code, okay, I will show you that. If not, we'll be sticking mostly to the Business Application Studio. Okay, but don't worry, because the Business Studio, Business Application Studio and VS Code are almost similar. Okay, the only thing is VS Code you can install in your system, and VS is a Business Application Studio which comes in the cloud version. Okay, that's the difference. Almost all the features, 85% of the features will be similar to VS Code. The VS is a Visual Studio. Okay, so BTP additional service, we'll see that what we can do that. Okay, but we'll cover most of the things. Okay, so we'll see how we can proceed. Okay, so in this session, I will give you about introduction about UI5. Okay, so introduction I will give, and 1 hour I will give you introduction, and then we'll go to the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we'll see about the BTP as well. Okay, that's a major thing, because without BTP, you will not be able to start it. So before starting, I would like to know a few things from you. Okay, why are we developing web applications? You might be developing web applications using T codes, right? SCA using in a GUI, you will be navigating to SCA T. You will create a program and you expose that to T codes, and it can be exposed in internet through ITC. Okay, or you can create a WebDync application and you can access that application via URL, right? So module pool programming, like that you are doing most of them. Okay, so can you tell me why we are doing web applications still?
To expose the data over internet, right?
Yes.
So that's why I think we use the web application.
Yeah. So let's go back to 1990s. Okay. So if you see 1990s, what is the basic internet thing which was exposed? It's not internet, it is intranet. Okay, basically, which started with universities in USA. Okay, and they started to use HTML. Okay, so they used to write build static pages, and they used to share the content. Okay, so via web. Later, dynamic thing came. That means not only having a static page, we can navigate from one page to another page. Okay, and we can do some dynamics like submitting a form. Okay, some beautiful colors on the page. Okay, some actions, user interactions on the page. Okay, so that came into development, and later we it was exposed to internet, okay, where everybody could use the applications. Okay, the applications is nothing but sharing the information, but it is not like the e-commerce or the Zomato or the mobile things which we have. So in those days, we don't have those things. Okay, so later the technology rapidly increased. We have at the time as well the R3. Okay, but it is not mostly to the internet. Okay, so there are Java, JSP, .NET, Oracle, okay, SAP, all are trying to build applications that are useful to the end users, right? Okay. So in that phase, we have desktops only. All the applications that are developed are can be viewed in the desktop only. Right. But in 2000 onwards, people started to use mobiles, not smart mobiles. Okay. In that, they used to send messages, fine. But later, in that 2000, we have the laptops as well. Right. Laptops came a little bit early, before 2000. Okay. And we would like to have the applications running in desktop and laptop. Fine, it doesn't make any difference because the screen width is the same. Okay, but as the technology started, we have something called kiosks in railway stations, or a big screen, very big screen. We want to have an applications that need to be developed to the kiosk, normal screen, wide screen, or small screen, right? So you need to develop 3 applications to have that, right? But Later, as the technology improved, we have smart phones, right? So where we are viewing most of things now in the tablets or smartphones, okay, where the screen is small. We want to view the application in mobile devices. We want to view the application in smart devices. We want to view the application in tabs as well. Okay, so we need to build an application such that it can be viewed in all the devices. So to have that feature, we have something called UI5. Okay, so what is SAP UI5? It is nothing but an product of SAP. Okay, UI means user interface, which uses HTML5. Okay, that's why we need the prerequisite as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JSON, XML. Okay, so this UI5 runs in the browser. The UI5 application can be runs in the browser. Okay, so and HTML, it uses HTML5, and HTML5 is a lightweight. Okay, and it helps to and it's JavaScript is a very simple language. Okay, and it helps the developers to develop the application easily as well. Okay, logic is same. If you do in ABAP or Oracle or something else, the logic is same. Okay. So mainly when you run the application, it runs in the browser and it renders very fast as well. Okay, so what do SAP UI5 use? It uses open standards. It uses open standards like HTML5, CSS, JavaScript, DOM, okay, and open standards for OData as well, data.js. Okay, so that it can bring data from the. It helps in bringing the data from the backend to the front end. Okay. Fine. So this is the main introduction about UI5. Okay. So if you are using module pooling or WebBeam Pro, okay, so there you have some features as well. There you will have some tools as well, right? Okay. So those tools, what are if you have in WebBeam Pro or module pool, you have some UI elements like label, text, table, right? So how many UI elements do you find in module pooling or the WebBeam Pro? How many UI elements do you find? It's between 75 to 100. So, but when you come to UI5, we have 1,000+ controls. Okay, and every quarter the controls increases. Okay, so SAP adds new features into that. Okay, so we have something complex like tables, tree table, grid table, charts. Okay, we have etc. and so many things. So using these UI elements, we built beautiful applications. Okay, not only beautiful, the application should be able to meet UX, means user experience, means it should be easy to navigate. Okay, it should be easy to use. Okay, if the applications are not easy to use, will you recommend others to use that application? No, right? So if a friend you're using that application, immediately you will say that don't use it, it is not good. Okay, it spreads the word of mouth. There is no need of external advertisement. Okay. So SAP UI5 brings this user consistent experience. Okay, enterprise readiness. When do we say enterprise readiness? When we build an application, it should follow certain things. Okay, it should be robust, it should be simple, it should be easy to use, it should have a model view controller architecture. Okay, so everybody are familiar with the model view controller architecture. So where we have the data that resides in the SAP system using a model. Okay, so we have the presentation, that is nothing called view. Okay, we bring the data to the view via the concept of data binding. Okay, so that can be data can flow from one way or two way, both ways. Okay, or we can bring the data via the controller to the view. Why? Because we want to have the data to be displayed, to be modified logically such that it is presented in a good manner. Okay, why good manner? I will take one example. SAP, let's go to google.com, go to SAP UI5 Explode. You have this one. I will share the link as well. Go to samples. So what do you think of this page? Okay, you have the data represented in different forms. You can see all the products. You can see OK, heavy, and overweight. So when you click on OK, the weight will be categorized less than 1 kg. Okay, if you click overweight, the weight will be categorized more than 5 kgs. If you click heavy, weight will be categorized between 1 kg and 5 kgs. Okay, and you can see that the product you have ID and the description, both are in the same column. Okay, so it is using one UI element. Okay, object attribute. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, no problem. Okay, so you have dimensions. You will have width, height, height, length, right? So all are in different columns, but you see in a same column. You see weight. How it is representing? Using color and unit and measure. Okay, so you have price. Price in which currency? Okay, so you have the presentation done well. Okay, so you have the filtering concept here as well. Okay, here now you're seeing all the products. Okay, you can see if I click OK, all the weights are in green color. Okay, all the weights are less than 1000 grams or 1 kg. Okay, so if I click heavy, all the weights are between 1 kg and 5 kgs, and you can see it orange color. Okay, if I click overweight, you see all are in red color. Okay, fine. So if I click the screen, I'm minimizing the screen. What do you see? You see only 3 columns. Okay, and you can see that it is, you can see under product column, you see dimension and weight. It is responsive. According to the width of the screen, behaving accordingly. Okay, so if I reduce the screen further, that means you can see, consider mobile mode. Okay, you can see that the application is also responsive to the mobile device. Okay, so this is the how we go. Okay, you can see now it is all the details are here. Nothing is missing. Okay, but you can see that application is responsive. We have one application written that is responsive in all the devices. That is what we are looking in UI5. Okay, and there is a concept called internationalization. Okay, we Indians go in English. Okay, but whereas in other countries like Europe, they have it is like more the people speak different languages. Germans speak German, Dutch speak Dutch, France speaks French, Italian speak Italian language. Okay, and they don't like to see it English. Or Arabic people, they don't want to see in English. They want in their own language. So we have a concept called internationalization. Okay, so that we will see it here as well. Okay, so all these features are included in the UI. Okay, then that if all the things which are discussed are there, then we can say that the application is enterprise readiness. Okay, so you can see we have a concept of data binding, we have concept of using the APIs. Okay, so why APIs means, see, you can see this is an icon tab bar. To use this icon tab bar, it has its own application programming interface. You can see there is an API reference. Okay, so if I click on this API reference, okay, you will see the APIs that are used to display the content. So we will be dealing these APIs in our course. So I covered responsive across web browsers and devices as well. So this is what we are looking into the SAP UI5. Okay, so before we use any product, okay, so we will think whether the product, why we should go for UI5. So if you want to use the application, you need certain devices as well. You can build the UI5 application using Eclipse. You can build the application using the Business Application Studio as well. So next, why should we go for UI5? So before buying a product, we always check whether we can have a product. Why should we go for a product to buy that? We compare the things as a human tendency, right? So you are all familiar with ABAP. Okay, so mostly, how many did you see WebDIMP applications? Yeah. Most of them. Right. So let's compare with the WebDIMP and UI5. Okay. So if you want to build a simple and medium applications, you can go with the both. No issues. If you want to go with the large applications, you can go with WebDIMP as well. But you see here with SAP, it is recommended. It is not recommended, but you can go. Why? If you are going with ECC system, then it is saying not recommended. But if you're going with S/4HANA system, it is recommended because ECC cannot handle large and complex logic. Okay, whereas S/4HANA will handle. That's why we can see the fact sheet apps or analytical apps, which brings the facts about an object or an application.
Large app in the sense with respect to data, right? Like you're handling large set of data.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because see, if you take InfoCubes, okay, so if you take that InfoCube, it contains large amount of data. If you try to bring that in from ECC, how much time it will take? It will come into runtime error, right? So we cannot use that. So that's why in S/4HANA, there is no issue in that. Okay, we can get the large applications with the more data and complex. Okay, if the logic is complex, okay, we need the user will not be happy to see that. Okay, so that's why they don't recommend ECC. But if you are using S/4HANA, then okay, fine.
Yeah.
So client-side eventing and server-side eventing.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
So when you run in WebDIMP application, you will see the screen elements, right? But that doesn't reside in the browser. It is coming entire thing in the server itself. Okay, either the submit code or the edit code or the validations or the tables, all are coming from the server with HTTP request. Okay, and suppose you have a form with a material number. Okay, so if I click submit button, the event goes to the server and comes back saying that material number is not found. Right. So this will like all the validations are happening in the server side. But if you consider 1 minute time, you can see that the code is not residing in the server. It is residing inside the browser, because I said that SAP Fiori uses JavaScript. Right. So JavaScript will be running inside the browser itself. Okay. So you have the code, everything here, the submit code or the validation code or the table or the form will be in the client side itself on the browser. Okay. Suppose if you want to validate the material number, okay, the request doesn't go immediately to the server. Okay, it has the JavaScript code that does the validation in the front end, and then if the user enters not a number but some characters, okay, ABCD like that, okay, that request also doesn't go to the server. It gets validated inside the browser, and and a message will be displaying such that please enter the numbers, not the characters. Okay, so that type of validation comes. If the user enters the material number and clicks submit, then it hits the server. Until that point, it doesn't hit the server.
For most of the data validation, you have to go to server. And
Yeah,
there
data
is always a
validation.
lag.
Yeah, I'm coming to that point. I'm coming to that point. Okay, so once the material number is went to the server uses the database operations, okay, and searches in the table whether the material exists or not. If the material exists, the material will be displayed in a table in the front end. The data will be coming to the front end. If the material number is not there, you will get a message that the material doesn't exist. Okay, fine. So in this case, you can see if you compare WebDim Pro and this UI5 application, you can see that performance is better. It doesn't trigger the server every time. It only triggers whenever the validation is fulfilled in the client side. Okay, in the client side, it cannot check whether the material is a correct number or not. That can be done only in the server. So that's why it hits the database. After verifying that it is not null, okay, it is completely a number, no characters are present, okay, then only it hits the server. So in this case, what do you observe? You observe that performance is increased.
So generally in the form we have we can have 10, 12 input fields. And we will need to require 10, 12 validations. So later on, I would like you to show us a way to improve performance. Because if I'm going 10 to 12 times to server, that will take time. Generally, it takes around 1.5 seconds for the validation to happen and come back.
Yeah, it hits the database. But suppose if you have 12 fields, okay, and if you do the proper validation inside the form, okay, in the JavaScript, it doesn't hit the database, right?
It's most for few of the validations, like date or time validation, right? So that can be done at a browser level, in JavaScript level.
Yes.
But in real-time business application, where we have listed 10, 12 fields, where user will input some data, which needs to be validated against server, right? Then we have a problem.
Yes. So some will be there. Some will be there. See all the 10 fields. If you have 10 fields, all the 10 fields, but minimum you can consider that the performance is increased. It doesn't hit the database. If you enter a blank and click submit, it will go to the. That is the point, right?
So later in during the course, I would like you to help us streamline or show us a way to improve the performance when we have 10, 12 validations going into the server, not in JavaScript.
In our course, we will not be using that many things.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a very basic problem actually which we face with Fiori apps.
Yeah, but by practice it will come up. Okay. We will go with the basics. Okay. The basics should be implemented in your application. So suppose if you say, I'm stuck with some problem. Okay. Immediately you come to the basics, right? What went wrong? What went wrong with my basic? Which property I'm missing? Which attribute I have missed?
Yeah, so this is I'm telling because most of us are adverts, right? So if you are designing selection screen or a model pool screen, so whatever data when that needs to be validated, we just hit the data, just type a select query for validation, and it is very fast. Within milliseconds, we get the result. It's not the case with front browser-based screens. So let's say we have 10, 12 validation. If I have to validate all those 10, 12 validation going to server, so the validation takes around 1 to 2 seconds, because there is a communication going from browser to SAP and then SAP to browser. So that's why I'm looking for some solution.
I will get to
processing.
I will take a scenario. Okay, I will take a scenario where we don't need to put 12 fields. Okay, you consider a person form where last name, first name, age, and salary should be updated. Okay, if all fields are blank, will you update it? What is the minimum criteria to have the name? It should not contain numbers.
Okay.
Right?
So,
okay, if you say salary or age, it should contain only numbers. It should not contain characters. Okay, if all the criteria of each field is fulfilled, then only it hits the submit button. When we hit submit button, it only if all the criteria is fulfilled, then only it goes to the server. Otherwise, it doesn't go to server.
So that is front-end validation, right?
That is front-end validation.
So I'm looking for a way to validate all the entries in one package. So I don't have to validate for name in a separate call, age in a separate call, salary in a separate call.
No. It is not a separate call. It will be done in the front end itself. It will not hit the server. So if you see the UI screen elements, in WebTeam Pro, it is very limited, 75 to 100. But in UI5, it is many. Okay, I said 1,000 plus UI controls. As I shown you, right? This is the UI this is the samples which I'm showing you. Okay, you see there are so many UI controls here. Okay, so this site is very important for any UI5 developer. They can come back to the basics and they can analyze the UI element, which one to use, and they can use it. That is the beauty of this site. Okay, we can call it as a dictionary. Even till as well. Okay, I go to this site and see what are the things that are there. What can I learn from here? What new attribute is added to that UI control? These are things, this should be after 20 years or 30 years also, if you are there in the IT, we will be going to this. You can view the application in either desktop or tablet, no problem. But if you want to view it in mobile, you cannot view the WebTeam Pro application in mobile. Okay, but you require separate libraries. But for UI5, we don't have that issue. Okay, video and audio integration is very simple in UI5, whereas it is difficult in WebTeam Pro. Okay, look and feel appearance, it's average. You don't have control to use your own colors. Okay, whereas in UI5, you can using CSS cascading style sheets, you can go to a very high extent. Okay, to modify your pages, beautify your pages. Okay. SAP backend systems, yes, It supports both. Okay, whereas non-backend systems, it doesn't. UI5 supports backend systems, non-backend systems, non-SAP backend systems as well. So what are the models that WebDinpro uses? It uses model class, assistance class, okay, RFC, BAPIs, okay. But in UI5, you can use all these using OData service. That comes under the OData gateway service. Okay. So in WebDinpro, we use HTML-B, means hypertext markup language for business. Internally, it generates a lot of huge code when it is rendered in the browser. Whereas UI5, it also generates HTML content, but it generates HTML5 content, which is lightweight. Okay, that's why performance-wise, it is UI5 is better. Okay, mobile compatibility, yes, for WebDinpro, but no dedicated mobile features. In UI5, we have the dedicated mobile features. What are the development tools that need to be used? We use SE80 in ABAP, Object Navigator, whereas in UI5, we use Web IDE, that is now outdated. We use Business Application Studio or Eclipse, okay, or VC, or for in backend, we build a OData service using SCGW. Okay, you can view the UI5 applications under SE80, under Business Application Server, BSP pages. Okay, BSP applications. Okay, what are the platforms we have? For WebDinpro, we have ECC, CRM, SRM, PLM, etc. Whereas UI5, not only that, we can go for S4HANA, NetWeaver Gateway, Tomcat Server as well. Okay, development skills required. For WebDinpro, you need to know about ABAP and OOPS concept. In UI5, you need basics of ABAP, basics of OOPS concept, it's basics of HTML, basics of CSS, basics of JavaScript and JSON. That is good enough to work. Okay, standard business packages, we have ESS, that is employee service, employee self-service, manager self-service, vehicle management. Okay, these are known as business packages. But when coming to Fiori, we don't use business packages, but these business packages are converted into Fiori apps. Okay, those we call it now Fiori apps, and those Fiori apps will be using. We can customize either in WebDinpro or UFS standard application, but there is a limit. We don't recommend to customize more than 50%. If you are customizing more than 50%, then it is good to build the application from the scratch. Fine. This is the UI5 architecture, okay, where you have the UI5 application running in desktop, tablet, mobiles in different browsers, Chrome, Firefox, IE, okay, and you will be able to see the data coming from the backend systems. The backend systems can be a ERP system, can be a SRM system, a CRM system, or a SCM system, or HANA system. Okay, so how the data is coming? Through a middleware. That middleware is nothing but SAP NetWeaver OData service. Okay, so this gateway helps in bringing the data from the backend, and the service will be consumed in the front end such that the data can be viewed through the service. Okay, so from the front end, when we consume, it uses REST protocol. Okay, and from the back end, the gateway connects to the OData system, or the gateway connects to the ERP or HANA system using RFC destination or DB connection. Okay, this you can see that you have a NetWeaver gateway system and different SAP system. SAP systems you can consider business suites. Okay, so many different business suites are connecting to a one NetWeaver gateway system. Okay, so this is known as central hub system. Okay, where a large enterprise uses this. But if the client is using only one business suite, then we don't have that concept. We have a concept called embedded deployment, where the gateway server and the business suite will be in one system because we don't have multiple business suites. Okay, so this is the only difference which we can see for central hub system and the embedded deployment. If you go, in the previous screen, that is known as central hub system, where we have a separate gateway system and it is connected to different business groups. Whereas in the embedded deployment, we have the UI5 application. Sorry, we have the gateway embedded into the business. So this screen, do you see this one? UI5 architecture, where you have different business routes connecting to a NetWeaver gateway system. Okay, this is known as central hub system. Okay, whereas if you see this one, you have the business route embedded in the gateway. Only one business route, not multiple. Then we have embedded deployment.
Yeah, which approach is recommended in these two? That to have this gateway as a separate system, as a front-end system?
If you have multiple business routes, then we go for central hub system.
Okay. If you have only single ERP, then better to use it in a embedded one.
Embedded. Will be embedded by default. Okay, so let's take a few minutes into this HTML, and then we'll quickly go into the other things. HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language that is used for developing web pages. Okay, anyone can create. Okay, and it is easy to learn and you can enjoy it a lot. Okay, there is no need for others to teach you. Okay, you can, if you are self-motivated, definitely it is very simple language to learn. Okay, so you can see here the code. Everything will be in tags. This is the starting tag. Okay, and if you are using HTML5 version, then it is mandatory to use this. Okay, it comes at the top. Exclamatory dot type HTML. This should be used. Okay, before HTML5, HTML4, HTML1, 2, 3 is there, that doesn't contain doc type HTML. Okay, from HTML5 onwards, we need to use doc type HTML. Every web programming has a structure. Here also, we have a structure. Okay, so you can see there is something called HTML. HTML is a root element. And you can see that this HTML tag is closed. You can see /HTML. /HTML means ending tag. Okay, so if you see after HTML, you see head. Okay, there is something called /head, means the header section is closed. After that, you have body. Okay, so you can see /body. So whatever you write inside the body, that will be visible in the screen. Okay, so if you want to try the code, you can click on try it to yourself. Okay, and you can see that this is a heading and this is a paragraph. Okay, you can only see these two. Okay, the rest you cannot see. Because the tags will help in displaying the content. Okay, you see a tag called H1. You see a tag called T. Okay, what is the use of headers? If you open a newspaper, you see different headings. Some headings will be bigger on the top page and some headings will be in smaller when you go inside the newspaper, right? So if you want to have different headings, we can use the different header tags. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, so if you want to use a paragraph, we need to use this paragraph P element. So that gives you this paragraph. You can see this header element, which one. Fine. But where do I see the page title? It is not visible here. You will see if you write the code in a notepad, save it the page as HTML, okay, and run in the browser, okay, you will see the page title in the top of the tab. Okay. Only the content that is written inside the body will be visible in the content area. Okay, the content area is nothing but the browser area. Okay, below the URL. Okay, you can see this, right? The header tags. This one is visible inside this is the header and this is the paragraph. Only the tags that are written inside the body section is visible. You don't see the page title. It will be visible on the browser tab. Okay. Let me go. What is HTML? As I said, it is nothing but hypertext markup language. Okay. This is the standard that is used for creating web pages. And each web page has a structure. It has a header section, it has a body section. And these header and body sections are within the HTML tags. Okay. You can see, as I said, doc type HTML declaration defines the document in an HTML5 document. HTML is the root element of an HTML page. We have header, okay, we have title tag, we have seen body tag, okay, and inside the body, we have different elements like H1, paragraph, and header. Okay, we have different like images, hyperlinks, tables, lists, etc. Okay. So what is an HTML element? HTML element is defined by a tag, starting tag and ending tag. Okay, so you can see the start tag, H1, and the end tag, /H1, both within less than and greater than arrow marks. Here, BR means line break. Okay, so what are the editors that are required to view the HTML page? Okay, so you have many IDEs for in the internet to download free. Okay, but don't go for all. Okay, if you want to be familiar with the elements, it is better to use Notepad. Okay, so you can write the tags in the Notepad. Okay, like this. You can see Notepad, doc type HTML, HTML body. Okay, and save this file as here it is saying that index is the file name .html. HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language, or you can put HTML as well. Okay, put save type as stars such that the index file .html is there. So you need to go where that file is saved, and you click. There will be in either it will be in a Chrome or IE icon browser. Okay, you need to click that one, and then it opens up in the browser like this. Okay, I didn't use the written Notepad because in W3 schools you don't need to have a separate thing. Okay, you have it in the browser such that you can whatever output you give, that can be then page. Okay, okay. Let me put in another header tag. Okay, I'm copy pasting it here itself. I'm not creating a separate notepad. Okay, so you can see this is an heading, but the font size is reduced. So this is the structure of HTML. Okay, root node, header section, body section. Okay, so I would like to ask one question. Have you ever imagined how the cricket score or the football score or tennis score, okay, gets refreshed in the browser automatically? You don't need to refresh. Or how do the Google search works? For that, let me take you to another site. Okay, and I type Redis. How these are coming? I click on, I got this one, so I click on this one, Redis News. I'm getting this one. Right? So how I'm getting this? Okay, let me say view page source. Okay, what do you see? You see doc type HTML on the top. That means it is using HTML5. You have HTML tag. You have header section. You have in the header section, you have title. And you have some meta tags. Okay, in the meta tags, two things need to be observed. There is something called keywords, something called description. What did I type? Redis. right? So the rediff keyword is in the content of the list. Okay, it searches the keywords which is written and it brings up the description. You see, read latest India news, get real-time stocks. Okay, so let me go back. Yes, you say here, read latest India news, get real-time stocks. How are these coming? Because of the keywords and the description. Okay, these are all written inside the header section. Okay, these are all written in the header section. Likewise, the page, I said, right, refresh it's happening for every 2 minutes or 1 minute. Okay, that also written in the header tags only. Okay, they'll put an interval like 60 seconds or 120 seconds, and the page refreshes after that interval. Okay, so now you will be clear about how the search engine works, right? All the information is related to keywords or description that are put under meta tags. So now we'll try to work on this web page. Okay, so if you see the history of the HTML, so HTML started in 1989. Okay, and we started to use HTML5 from 2014. So Fiori evolved a bit later before as well, but it became popular from 2014 onwards. So you can see 5.1, 5.2, 5.2 as a come. Okay, but we call it as HTML 5.1. So next is editors. Can any one of you share your screen? Those who don't know HTML. Okay, I can see your screen. Okay, open a notepad. You can click on the plus icon. It will open in a new tab. Yeah. Okay, fine. So suppose if you forget about the first line doctech HTML. Okay, we'll write HTML. Okay, so what is the root tag? Arrow mark less than HTML. Okay, press enter and then put /HTML, arrow mark /HTML, arrow mark. Okay, so go between the tags, enter. Okay, so what are the blocks we have? Header section and body section, right? Okay, put header tag, HEAD, close the header tag. Okay, so in the head tag, we have a tag called UI element called title. Okay, use the title tag, title. Yeah, okay, write anything, meaningful name. Welcome to HTML or HTML world.
Yeah, 1 second.
Fine. So header section is finished. Okay, now come to body. Write the body. Okay, now use a tag called H1. H1 is for a header tag with predefined tag with bold and font sizes a little bit bigger. Okay, so you can put header 1. Space 1. Space. Yeah, fine. Put a paragraph as well. P tag. Paragraph. To write a paragraph, we have P tag.
What is the tag?
Only P.
Okay.
Only P. Only P. Okay. Write any content. You can copy paste from other website as well. Or you can put this is a paragraph at the moment. Oh, click file save. Okay. Wait. Put in your own folder or in desktop, no problem. Create a folder HTML. Okay. Now wait, don't save. You need to save as all files. All files. Yeah. And you need to put the name as intro dot HTML or HTML. Remove the rest. .txt you need to. If you put at the end, if it is .text, it will be text file. Okay. Fine. Click save. Click save. Okay, now go to that folder. Okay, double click on that. You see the file came with the browser icon, and you can see the header section, there's a body section with header 1 and paragraph. Where is the title? Can you see the title? Where is it? Where it is?
Here in the tab.
Yes. Yes. Okay, only thing that will be visible in the header section is title. Rest will not be visible. Okay, so if you want to publish your page in the internet, if you have website, okay, you can build your pages, and if others want to see it, they need to know the URL, or if they want to search your website, you need to use meta tags to put keywords and description. Then only others can see your search in the search engine. It will appear. Okay, but for our thing, it is not required. For your information, I'm saying. Fine. Okay. So you are clear with this, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
Can you right click it? Right click. No. In the view page source. View page source. Okay. So you can see your text. Okay. It is bit unstructured. Okay. To be a proper, like in ABAP, you see, you right click and pattern, put a pattern, click on the pattern, it will arrange the text, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for the moment, our aim is to get the output. Okay. Next, our aim is to little bit beautify the structure as well. Okay. So you can close that. Close the tab. Not browser. Close the tab. Okay. Go to your notepad. Okay. So after head, press tab before head. Put your cursor before head. A little bit after, before arrow mark. Yeah. Yes. Title should be coming. Put a little bit. Yes. Okay. So you can put alert. That is also fine. Yeah. It should be structured like this.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see clearly the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Right. So you should follow this rule.
Okay.
Not only here, we'll be following it in the UI file as well. Okay.
Okay.
Because it is an markup language, and we will be using XML. Okay. So it should be P should be little Yes, that is good now. Okay. So you should structure it such that will be, if you do it in the first step, you will remember and you will follow that. Okay. If you go in the first way, you will not, if when your lead sees your code, he will not be impressed to see it.
Yes,
right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So it should be in a structured manner. If you follow this pattern, it will be good. Okay. Fine. So you are now familiar to write in HTML, right?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody can create, those who are unfamiliar with the HTML, can you create this page? Okay. I want to let you know that this is not HTML5. Why? Because if the HTML to be HTML5, we need to put a starting tag. Okay, that is doc type HTML. Okay, I'll ping you that one. Okay, you need to put that. Okay, put that one and save the file and run it. First line it should be.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
Then becomes HTML5. Okay. See, every web page follows World Wide Web Consortium, that is called WWW. Okay, W3C we call. Okay, World Wide Web Consortium. Okay, it has certain rules. It follows UTF-8, Universal Text Format. 8 bits or bytes, I don't remember that. Okay, but it follows that UTF-8 standards. Okay, you have ABCD, A to Z, capital letters, small letters, numbers 0 to 1, 0 to 9. Okay, and you have different languages as well. Okay, German, French. Okay, in French or German, you have A on top of that 2 dots, O on top of 2 dots, U on top of 2 dots. Or Arabic, I can't pronounce that as well. Okay, Russian, it is like some other little bit symbol will be there. And if you see Japanese or Chinese, that is like beautifully, it looks like art. Right? So those also should be there in the page. Okay, so all these languages also comes under universal text format. Okay, we can't write it like ABCD, but every character has an standard thing, code. So at the moment, we don't need that, but when we require, we can see that. Okay, fine. So every language will have that standards, UTF-8, Universal Text Format. It follows that. Okay?
Right.
Clear?
Right.
Yes. Okay. He did. So others who are not familiar with the HTML, are you able to create this HTML file? So you can see if you want to have different headings, you can get that. How you are getting.
Right.
Okay. You can see.
Right.
H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Based on that, the size reduced. Even though it is bold, the size reduced.
Right.
Okay, you can use the tags like this.
Right.
Suppose I don't want to have that, okay, I want a little bit more. Okay, you can see that the size of the heading is bit more than the previous one. Okay, I will put the header one as well, the similar thing, and I will show you.
Right.
I'm removing this style.
Right.
Okay, do you observe that the heading one is of different, the standard one is of a different one, and the customized one is different. Okay, you can have a different, you can change the behavior of the element by using the attributes. Okay, so every element will have the attribute. Okay, in this case, if you see, for this H1, I have used an attribute called style. Okay, and the font size is 60 pixels. So if I say 160 pixels, you'll see much bigger sets. Okay, so these are predefined tags and these are predefined attributes.
Right.
Means it's
Right.
already existing. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I will not go with a difficult one. Okay, I will say, see, we'll go with the paragraph. How to play with the attributes. Okay, so I will have a.
Right.
I will click on run, you will come this one. Let me make this paragraph a little bit small, the content area a little bit small. Okay, you have the paragraph. Okay,
Right.
so that is by default left aligned. Right. So I want a paragraph that is center.
Right.
Okay. So for this, I can use an attribute called align, ALIGN, align equal to
Right.
center.
Right.
And if I run, you
Right.
see that the paragraph is now center aligned.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I want the paragraph to be right aligned. Okay. I can use align equal to right. Okay, you can see I'm using an attribute called align and I'm changing the attribute value. If I'm changing the value of the attribute, the behavior of the element is getting changed.
Right. right.
You see now? Left, center, and right aligned.
Right.
The attribute is same, but the value is different.
Right. 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 Right.
Got it?
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. This is all there in the word, right? I can have a justify as well. Okay. I can say ALIGN equal to
Right.
justify.
Right. 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 Right.
Now
Right.
it is justified. The text is justified.
Right. So how do we know what are the attributes present in each of the tags?
Yes. Good question. Good question. Okay. So I will come to that.
Right. 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 Right.
So at the moment, assume that in the paragraph you can have right aligned, left aligned, center, and justify. Clear about this?
Right. 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 Right.
So the attributes will always come in name value page.
Right.
Based on the value, the attributes get changed.
Right. 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 Right.
Let's move to the next element, that is hyperlink. Okay, you can see that HTML links are defined with a tag. The link address is specified in href attribute. So if I click this link, I'm navigating to that site. Okay,
Right.
so if I say if I use and /a, okay,
Right.
and if I say here link,
Right. Right.
okay,
Right.
you see, it
Right.
is not clickable.
Right.
Right. So it needs some hyper reference to go to a particular site. Right. So to do that,
Right. Right.
link has an attribute called href. And I need to give the complete path here. Okay. I'll say http
Right. Right.
rediff.com.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. Now if I click this link,
Right. Right.
okay, it is not navigating.
Right. Right.
HTTP, okay, I need to give www dot.
Right. 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 Right.
It
Right.
navigated, but it didn't come here.
Right. 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 Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now you see that it moved into this page. Okay, because it is a this web is it has it's navigating. This is the W3 schools tool, right? So it is not coming. Okay, but what I did is to open it. Okay, I put a target. Target is an attribute. Okay, where I said underscore blank. Underscore blank means it opens it in a new window. Okay, there is something called underscore self as well. Okay, but the self is, you can see that by default self, it is not opening here. So that's why I put since it is not opening here, I put
Right. 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 Right.
you can see the site opening it in a new page. Okay, but you can see that the attributes are giving an additional importance to the UI element by changing the behavior. Right?
Right. Right.
So that's the use of attributes. Okay, this is nothing but hyperlink. Okay, how to use an hyperlink. This is required. Okay, fine. So you can see that there is no, even though there is a break in my code, okay, there is no break in the output.
Right.
To get a line break between two elements, okay, you need to use BR.
Right. 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 Right.
It will bring to the next element. Paragraph by default, it has that.
Right. 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 Right.
Okay. Paragraph, it has by default. If you give here P,
Right. 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 Right.
by default, it comes. It doesn't require BR. Okay. Fine. So
Right.
this is one advantage.
Right. Right. Right.
Let me come back and let me show you the next one. images. Okay.
Right.
Now you can see the images come. Okay. So what does the image have? You can see that image doesn't have an end tag like the BR. Okay. For this, it is fine. Okay.
Right.
What does the image tag attributes have? It has an SRC where the image is located. It has the another two attributes, width and height, how much the size should be. Okay, if I say here 50 and 60.
Right.
See, by changing the values of the attributes, the image is getting reduced.
Right.
Okay, suppose if I give an incorrect image.
Right.
It is not fine. Okay, so image should be correct. Okay.
Right.
Here the image and the file are located in the same. That's why it is able to come. Okay.
Right.
In the same folder, right?
In the same folder.
Right.
In the internet also, in both are in the same folder. Okay. So let me.
Right.
Copy image address. Okay. Let me type it here.
Right.
You see, after w3schools.com, there is an HTML folder /img girl.dpg. Okay. If you see the code, okay, you can see that HTML/tryit.sap. Okay, that means the code and the image are in the folder HTML.
Right.
Okay. So if I want to use the absolute path, I can use this. Okay. And I can put.
Right.
Okay, this is the absolute path.
Right.
So you can see the image is distracted because our width is 60, height is 60. So you can clearly see that by playing with the attributes, you can change the behavior of the UI element.
Right.
Okay, why I'm giving this much stress here is we will be using attributes in UI elements.
Right.
Okay. By changing the UI elements, the behavior also changes. That's why I'm stressing. Clear about this HTML attributes and tags? Okay. You can, another thing I would like to show you. You can see even if I say capital H and here is small h, here the output will not change. HTML tags are not case sensitive.
Right.
Okay, you can put capital or small. It doesn't matter. You will get the output. But don't follow that.
Right.
Okay. Why? Because we will, when we deal with XML, okay, it deals with the case sensitive.
Right.
Okay. I will tell you when it comes there also I'll show you this one and the example will not work.
Right.
Okay. Fine.
Right.
But my intention is to get familiar with attributes, what is the importance of attributes and how it is changing the behavior of the UI element.
Right.
So in the HTML attributes itself, it has, you can see which attribute belongs to what. Okay. So for us, let me see.
Right.
So you can see for A, it has a href attribute.
Right.
It has a download, it has a href, it has a href lang, media, ping, reference policy, relative, target, see target _ blank, parent, self, top. Okay. So by default, it is self. Okay. It opens inside the same window. Okay. If you say target _ blank, it opens a new window.
Right.
Okay. You can specify where to open the linked document. Okay, if you give apart from these names, okay, it opens a new window, but it will, and the next time when you click on the link, that will open that window. It will not open a new window. I don't want to go much into depth into the HTML, but if you want to know more into the HTML, you can go through that. It is a self-paced learning, and it is very easy to go. If you have issues, you can discuss with me in the next class. I will try to help you. So if you have already an account, you can sign in. Otherwise, if you click down, you see there is a link called register. Yeah, scroll down, click on register. So enter your last name, first name. Okay. Or you have this phone number. Okay, India. Department, you can select anything. Consulting, you can go for consulting. Okay, relation to SAP, you can put consultant.
Right.
You click this checkbox.
Right.
Submit. Okay. So please, can you please check your email? And you need to do verification. Maybe in your mobile device you can do if you are facing problem in the company, because in the company you cannot open, some companies doesn't allow to open a Gmail account in the office.
I don't know.
This is yes, don't go with yes user. This is company's file. Okay. Type your email ID. Okay, can you just scroll down? Don't enter the password. Just can you scroll down once? The password which you have entered, okay, you need to use the same thing. Okay. Continue.
Right. 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 Right.
Click on that link, Universal Accounts Manager. We'll clear once it logs in. We'll click on when the page opens, click on sign in and enter with your user ID password. User ID is nothing but the account.
With the email or the ID created.
You can go with both, but go with the email ID because it's very difficult to remember the ID.
Right. 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 Right.
Click on trial home.
Right. 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 Right.
Yes, check that one.
Right.
Accept.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
So there are two regions. Okay. Select US East AWS.
Right.
Okay. Even though Singapore is closer to us, just select because it has more features in US East. Okay. So click next. Yeah. This will take time. So those who are trying to create the account, you should also be seeing these things. Okay. So you need to select US East AWS region, Amazon Web Service. So those who are facing issues, let me know. Okay. This is necessary to proceed. Even though it takes time, okay, this should be there for everyone. Those who have already got ID, click on sign in. You will see you might have selected the regions. Okay, so you should be directly logging in. Okay, otherwise these steps are mandatory. Fine, continue. Click on continue. So you created a dev space in the cloud. Okay, now click on go to trial account. Click on this trial.
Right. Right.
Sub accounts. Yeah, click on that.
Right. Right.
Don't worry if you are lost also, because these steps will be doing daily. Okay. So now you can see that the trial account has been created and these are the account details. This screen you need to remember. No need for all the details, that you need to navigate to this screen. Okay. So using these details, we will be connecting to the cloud connector, okay, to deploy our code. Okay, that is later, but this is good enough for us now. Okay, so this is a business technology platform. This comes under platform as a service. In this platform as a service, it offers many things. It offers many services. How to utilize that services? Okay, so click on the services on the left-hand side. Okay, click on the service marketplace. Okay, now type here Studio. A thing called SAP Business Application Studio, right? So there is 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots. Okay, wait. You can see what is this business application. Can you read it out?
This one, the
Yeah.
overview.
Yes.
Okay, SAP Business Application Studio is the next generation of SAP Web IDE, offering
Yeah,
a
please.
modular.
Yeah, please. See, I said that we need a tool to develop your application. Previously, there is a tool called Web IDE. Okay, so the Web IDE is now no longer SAP supported. Okay, they are asking to go for Business Application Studio. Okay, this Business Application Studio comes in 2 forms. One is a trial version and one other is a licensed version. Okay, for our training purpose, we will be using trial version. Okay, yeah, please continue.
Okay, it is offering a modular development environment tailored for efficient development of business applications for the SAP Intelligent Enterprise. It provides configured environments where you can develop, build, test, and run using pre-installed runtimes and tools tailored for key scenarios such as S/4HANA extensions, full-stack business applications, Fiori applications, and more. It supports quick integration with SAP solutions and services to allow building smarter and more intelligent applications.
The main idea, right? We want to build UI applications using Business Application Studio. Okay, so that's why we are accessing the service, this Business Application Studio service from the services which are under service marketplace. Okay, so we search it for the Business Studio and we need to open that studio. How do we open? Click on the 3 dots because every time we log in, that message will not. Okay. So this is the Business Application Studio. Clearly, you can see that it is a cloud-based. Okay, you can see application studio.cloud.sap. Okay, no need to install in your system. Okay, fine. So to develop the applications, we need to create a dev space. Okay, dev space is nothing but a virtual machine. Okay, so you can create 2 dev spaces, means 2 virtual machines, not more than. But if you have a licensed version, you can create more than 2. Okay, so click on create dev space, meaningful name, like UI5 development without spaces. UI file, UI numeric file. Okay, UI, yeah, DEB, yeah, that's okay, fine. So you can see what are the things that you can do with this space. You can create a SAP UI application, you can create a full stack applications, you can create a full stack cloud application, scroll down. Okay, you can create HANA native applications, you can create mobile applications, still. You can create basic applications. But we'll select GoTop. Okay. We'll select only SAP Fiori. This is good enough for us. Okay. So on the right-hand side, you have some more checkboxes. Okay. Those checkboxes are not added. Okay. So we want something new things. We want to go for multi-target applications, right? So on the SAP Adaptive Projects, basic tools, these are by default, it comes under. But on the right-hand side, you can see checkboxes. Those are not available. If you want, you can check that. Can you scroll down? Okay. HANA tools we don't need. Okay, Java tools we don't need. Scroll down. Okay. Launchpad no need. Python tools no need. Okay, develop tools for SAP build version no need. Scroll down. Students no need. Workflow module. Okay, with the things we don't need. Okay, I thought MTA need to be added. It's not there. Okay, fine. Click on create dev space. Okay. So if anything need to be added, we can add it. Okay. If you need to in the future, okay, you want to add it again, new thing, new one other thing, you can do it. Okay, no need to worry. There is an icon called edit, pencil icon. If you click on that, it will come. Okay, but since it is started, it will not. You will not be able to have the option to do that. Okay, so wait for the time to get it turned to green. You see that it is orange. Okay. So it should turn to green. Okay. It will take few seconds. So meanwhile, anyone of you are facing any issues in creating the account logging into the business application studio. Okay, so you can see that the disk space arrange given for you is 3.8 GB. Okay. So you can use this one. Once it is filled, you can create another dev space and you can work on that. After 2 dev spaces, you cannot create. No need to. You can click on as well. It will open. Click on UEFI dev. Click on UEFI dev. Yeah, blue. Yeah, click on. So now the virtual machine is opening. The space for development of UEFI applications is coming. Okay, fine. I will stop here. Okay, I would like to know if anyone is facing any issues to get to this here. If anyone is facing, I am ready to help you because this is the starting stage. Everybody should be able to open the business application studio.
I have already phone number is linked with my universal ID. Okay. So I'm creating the new universal ID for my personal account, other Gmail account.
Okay.
It is asking the new phone number. So how can I change my phone number for that?
But with the
But obviously one email also linked with my personal email ID, like a universal account. So it is not allowing me to change the email ID. Can we unlink that?
Yeah, you can unlink it. You need to go to universal ID and you need to remove it.
Okay. But where we need to change the phone number? Because I want to change the phone number.
Okay, if you want to do that, okay, you need to register for the trial account with your mother's phone number or father's phone number or your spouse.
Okay.
Okay, you can use a second phone number. This phone number will last only for one time. It will not last.
Okay.
Okay, so one time. Okay. Previously it was not there, but they have put this one because to avoid unnecessary user accounts created.
Will you be also sharing how to backup our code in trial account?
Yes, I can. You can download your code from the trial account and you can upload it in your SA user account, or you can download that code in S user account and you can upload it in trial account as well.
Okay, just basic. I mean, how to put our code there and how to extract. But these 2 simple steps. Because even like I was in my earlier project, we are using Glass's cloud version, SAP Cloud, and our DS used to go away for some reason, for some upgrade given by SAP. And when we used to come back, we didn't have any code. So like ABAP is very good in that for that thing. So whatever code we write in ABAP, it is there and it has a very good version control. So if you can just explain these 2 steps, how to put it in GitHub and how to get it back. That's it.
Yeah, I will tell you that, no issues.
That will be great, Vijay. Thank you.
Vijay, for this trial account, which services will be by default available?
Can you click on the service marketplace once again? Okay, remove the studio.
I do.
Okay, just go one by one. There are many services. These are all the services. Go slowly. Okay, you can read one by one. These are all the services which we have.
Okay. Means all will be active, or is there any like you have to enable few or?
Okay. Some you need to enable. Okay. Suppose if you click on Cloud Foundry Runtime or Cloud Identity Service. Okay. Okay, you can see that you need to create it. Okay, but for the business application studio, if you see
that was already correct. That I saw.
Some you need to do. Okay, because sometimes some are paid as well. Okay. So in that case, we need to pay it. We need to do subscription to get it access. Okay, so you see Kaima environment. Okay, there is something called ABAP environment. Okay, ABAP environment is mainly for RAP application, to develop RAP applications. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, it's already created and it is subscribed.
So like it will come here, right? Subscriptions will be enabled.
Yeah, subscription.
For the service which we use.
Yes. I'm going to create an UEFI application. Okay, simple UI5 application. I will show you the application. Okay, and then explain you why the importance of HTML5. Okay, and I will take you through XML as well.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll see, because everything we do here is XML views. We will use XML views, and XML is knowledge is important. Okay, so I will take you through XML. Okay, and then I will take you through JavaScript. I will take you through the importance of the attributes, how using the attributes in UI5 will change the behavior of the UI5 element. Okay, and then I will take you next to little bit introduction of JavaScript. Okay, such that you will see the importance of JavaScript coding in changing the behavior of UI elements. Okay, and once the JSON, once that is done, I will take you through JSON, what is JSON, and then we will completely go into the UI5 mode. Clear?
Okay.
Even though the topics are there, I need to jumble a bit, okay, to understand the importance of each one. HTML importance, XML importance, JSON importance, JavaScript importance.